So this past week, I sent an email to my mailing list. And in this email, I was talking about my brother. I was talking about how we love each other very much, but for many reasons, we hadn't been able to see each other much over the past few years. And I was talking about how excited I was that I was going to get to see him. This past week, I met my brother in Japan. We went traveling together. We spent a few days together, and it was really great to see him. At the end of this email, I asked my subscribers to tell me about someone in their life who they love very much, but who they haven't been able to see for whatever reason over the past little while. And I received one really amazing response that I wanted to share with you today from one of my subscribers. It's a really sad story, a really inspiring story, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I did. By the way, this is why you should join my mailing list. We have cool English writing challenges like this all the time. You get to ask me questions, and I send out a private video newsletter every week just to my subscribers, just to my mailing list. The way to join my mailing list is to download my free ebook, and the link to that is available in the description of this video, so make sure to do that. So let's get started. I came to the conclusion that the best way to do this would be to read the email that I initially received from this person, and then to read the version that I corrected. So I took this person's text, their story, and I made some corrections to make their text sound a little more natural in English. I am going to tell you about somebody that I haven't seen for a long time. Actually, almost 40 years ago. She was my girlfriend. The reason that I've lost contact with her is when I fled out my country, Vietnam, at year 1979, and she remained there. And later she fled too out there. Since that time, I was losing contact with her. She was very cute, beautiful, and very nice. Sometime I wonder, where is she now? How is going with her? It would be nice that I can see her again. I am really miss her. That was my first love. Could you imagine how painful it is to lose someone you love? Okay, so my first thoughts. Wow, a really amazing story. I'm very new to online teaching, so all of these comments from people, all of these conversations I'm having, everything is very new to me, and it's one of my favorite things about being an online teacher. I get to read messages like these. People, they're kind enough to tell me amazing stories about themselves. So I'm really pleased, and thank you so much to this person and to everyone who comments on my videos and who shares their stories with me. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you find this stuff valuable. The second thing I should say, I'm going to read you my version of what you're saying right now. I made a few corrections. There are endless ways to communicate what you're trying to say. I believe that I understand exactly what you're trying to say. I think I understand your story. You could say it in a number of different ways, of course. That is how language works. Language is very flexible. We can say things in many different ways, and each different way has a different impact on the story. So keep that in mind when I'm reading my own version of this story. It's not like my version is 100% correct. It's not the only way that you could tell this story, obviously, but this is my version. I will read it to you now. I'm going to tell you about somebody who I haven't seen for almost 40 years. She was my girlfriend. I lost contact with her when I fled from Vietnam in 1979. We were both living there at the time, and I haven't spoken to her since. Later, she fled the country too. She was very cute, beautiful, and nice. Sometimes I wonder where she is now. I wonder how things are going with her. It would be nice if I could see her again. I really miss her. She was my first love. Could you imagine how painful it is to lose someone you love? Okay, so there is my version of your story. I hope that I got the details right when I corrected your story. Now, the first correction I made, I replaced that with who. So I'm going to tell you about somebody that was what you originally had, and I changed it to I'm going to tell you about somebody who. When we're using that or who in this situation, we want to use who when we're talking about people. We want to use that when we're talking about things, not people, right? So for example, you could say, I'm going to tell you about something that I haven't done for almost 40 years. Or in this situation, I'm going to tell you about someone who I haven't seen in almost 40 years. You'll notice I also got rid of the word actually and the phrase that you had there. When I read it, it sounded a little conversational to me. It sounded like something that you would use in spoken English. When we are writing for a reader, it's quite different than when we are speaking to someone else. We want to kind of alter our tone a little bit and make things less conversational. So I tried to do that in my response. The last thing that I think I should mention, in your original message, you wrote, it would be nice that I can see her again. Once again, you wrote, it would be nice that I can see her again. You need a conditional sentence here. You could say, it would be nice if I could see her again. Once again, it would be nice if I could see her again. If you're a little confused about the words would and could, because they are quite confusing, I did a video on this recently. It was a topic that was highly requested, so you should check that out for sure. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. But basically, it would be nice if I could see her. So I can't see her right now, but if I could, if it was possible, then it would be nice. It would for sure be a nice thing. I think that is what you are trying to express here. So just make sure that you use a conditional there. It would be nice if I could see her. So I hope that helps everyone. As soon as I read this email, as soon as I received it, I thought I have to make a video with this. It's such a great story. It's a very sad story, of course. A story of loss, and one that I think all of us can relate to in some sense. To whoever sent me this response, thank you so much. I hope that the corrections I made and that this video will help you improve your English and especially improve your English writing. Again, if you're interested, please join my mailing list. We do stuff like this regularly, whether it's writing challenges or whether I'm answering your questions about English. A great thing to do would be to join my mailing list. And the way to do that is to follow the link in the description below, download my free ebook, and you will automatically be signed up for my mailing list. Thank you so much. My name is Jacob from jacobteacher.com, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.